Part 2 Readings. Reading number 2. Title: Racialist National Socialism. All National Socialism is nationalistic, as the name implies, but not all of it is racially exclusive. The best-known variety of such racialist fanaticism arose in Germany and Scandinavia, where, between the wars, popular and racial self-expression were merged into one very dynamic movement which pretended to guarantee social and economic justice for the in-group, at the expense of all outsiders, particularly Jews, who appeared as the incarnation of the disruptive alien elements these creeds shun. The passages which follow show the transition from the early and matter-of-fact statement of such views to an increasingly metaphysical and crackpot vision of somber and diabolic forces at work in history. The first program of the Nazi Party is taken from the excellent presentation of National Socialism prepared by Raymond E. Murphy and published by the United States Department of State in 1943. The brief quotation from Nazism's leading doctrinaire, Alfred Rosenberg, is designed to mark the transition to the strange rhetoric of the Norwegian apostle of racialism, Vidkun Quisling, whose anti-communism gave him the ear of many respectable men in the West before his wartime collaboration with the German invaders of his land provided a new term for treachery. End of Eugen Weber's foreword for reading number 2. Reading number 2A, entitled The First Program of the Nazi Party, asterisk, from the 25 points of the NSDAP, 1920, quoted in Raymond E. Murphy, National Socialism, U.S. Department of State, 1943. None but the members of the nation may be citizens of the state. None but those of German blood, whatever their creed, may be members of the nation. No Jew, therefore, may be a member of the nation. Anyone who is not a citizen of the state may live in Germany only as a guest, and must be regarded as being subject to foreign laws. We demand that the state shall make it its first duty to promote the industry and livelihood of its citizens. If it is not possible to nourish the entire population of the state, foreign nationals must be excluded. It must be the first duty of every citizen to work with his mind or with his body. The activities of the individual may not clash with the interests of the whole, but must proceed within the frame of the community and be for the general good. We demand, therefore, abolition of incomes unearned by work, ruthless confiscation of all war profits, nationalization of all trusts, sharing out of profits from wholesale trade, extensive development of provisions for old age, immediate communalization of wholesale business premises and their lease at low rates to small traders, land reform, uncompensated confiscation of land for communal purposes, abolition of interest on land loans and prevention of all speculation in land, ruthless prosecution of all whose activities are injurious to the common interest. We demand legal warfare against conscious political lying and its dissemination in the press. A German national press. All German-language newspaper editors and their assistants must be members of the nation. Special permission shall be necessary for non-German newspapers, in brackets, in German or not, end brackets. Non-Germans shall be prohibited by law from financial participation in or influence over German newspapers. The publication of papers not conducive to the national welfare must be forbidden. We demand legal prosecution of all literary and artistic tendencies likely to disintegrate our national life, and the suppression of institutions which militate against its needs. We demand liberty for all religious denominations, which present no danger to the state or militate against the moral feelings of the German race. The party, as such, stands for positive Christianity, but does not bind itself to any particular confession. It fights the Jewish materialist spirit within us and outside, and is convinced that our nation can only achieve permanent health on the principle, the common interest before self. That all the foregoing may be realized, we demand the creation of a strong state of power, undisputed authority of the politically centralized parliament over the entire Reich, and formation of chambers for classes and professions, which will carry out the laws promulgated by the Reich. The leaders of the party swear to go forward unswervingly, if necessary at the cost of their lives, to secure the fulfillment of these points. End of reading 2A.